Hello everybody, so today is Friday. I'm doing a bit of a double whammy today. So in the Facebook group I'm part of, Drunk Journal Fairies, it's our Folio Friday. Today is also the ABC April 2026 challenge day for I. Now I really struggled with I don't know why, I couldn't think of anything creative. I just couldn't. So I've gone with a folio and I've decorated it with dictionary pages, and I have these little papers that have words and their definitions on. So I've used those. I drew on some little tags. I don't love those, so I might not put them on this one. I have flippy flappies, journaling card. I think that's just a plain one. I have backed one for this folio that I'm going to do. Another one in there, just plain, and a pretty front. So I'm going to do something quite similar. It started life as a 12 by 12, and then I used some of that on this folio here and here. So I decided, let's not waste it. Let's use this for our folio. And I didn't like what was on this side. It was words on a plain white background. Didn't like it. So I have backed it with some of my dictionary pages, which I got nice and cheap. I actually paid less than that for it. I got it from charity shop, I think. So I went to the I section, and as you can tell, I have torn out a good bit, in fact almost all of the I pages, to make this. I have pre-fussy cut a couple of ladies. I have pre-covered some tags for the decorating, and this is going to have one of these ladies on for my cover with a couple of other bits. Haven't decided yet. And these are a couple of journaling cards. We may round corners, we will ink, and all the other good stuff. But I didn't want to take the time that was required for gluing and letting the glue dry and then cutting them out and whatnot. So I've pre-done all that. I have a couple of other bits from a 6x6 that we can use for anything else we need. So I do have my window open because the sun has suddenly come out, and I've just been vacuuming and such. Oops. So if you hear any traffic or noises or anything from outside, I apologise, but I require some fresh air. So let's just trim this down first. So I think it's just shy of 6 inches. Perfect. Right, and then this piece we will probably use to make belly band. Yeah, we'll probably use it for the belly band. And we have this large pocket. I may swap it so that the belly band is on the dictionary page, which will be inside. Maybe. We'll see. We'll go with the flow. I don't have a set layout, so... Right, I can swap out my big chopper now. Right, scoreboard. Sorry for tapping. I do that a lot, don't I? I like the tippy tappies. Right. So, score at 4. As I have previously said, I do have a big scoreboard. But my big scoreboard doesn't measure in inches. And everything else I do measures in inches. And I think paperwork in general is just generally in inches, isn't it? We don't use centimetres much. Papers are generally in inches. So, right. Fold that one in. And then we'll fold that one in. Now I have glued these papers together, so I'm expecting a little bit of kickback in the creasing and whatnot, so that bit down there we can just add a little more glue in. Oh. Come on, glue, I've even filled you up this morning. I had a right disaster filling up my glue. I've never spilled before filling up my glue. I absolutely spilled it today. It were everywhere. It were all over my desk, it were all over my hands, it were all over the both bottles. Oh, it was an absolute it was chaos, it was carnage. Just everywhere. There, that should do better. I could feel as I was folding that it weren't happy about it. And I think it's just not very well glued down in that corner there. So that one needs a bit in too. See if I can get that bit on my finger in there. Probably not. See, it's little things like this that take up extra time, isn't it? I'll let that dry some. Oh wow, they're straight. Not. Let's try and fix that a little bit. That's better. Right, good job of putting things on there, because that's not looking the best, is it? Right, what's next? What did I do next? Does anybody remember? I think I put these middle pockets in next. So I think I'm going to need another piece. I don't think I just want to use these. I want something with a bit more stability for these pockets, because we've changed our mind. Got a bit of sun blindness going on. The light's probably coming through, I don't wonder. Where's the paper pad? Anybody there? Right, this is the paper pad I'm using. So, quite like this one, but then that means I'm using all of these. There is another page of it though, I think, so it wouldn't be the end of the world. Yeah, go for it, you like that one. Oops. Right, that means I'm going to need a big chocolate back. Lick. Right, I still might use these on my little clustery bits, like these, for decoration. So, I'm just going to put them to one side. Right, so these panels are 4 inches, aren't they? If my maths. So I'm reckoning if we cut these to 4 with a 1/2 inch crease for the gluing down, the flappy gluey down bit. Technical term, flappy gluey down bit. Move that out my way. Right, so if I cut this to 12, use your brain, Carla. 4, 8. That should give me a 4 inch. Did you math? Did it math? It did. Go me. What have we got on there? Yeah, I'm not. I'm funny how I've been precious about not wanting to use these. I am honestly unlikely to use them. I mean, I might use journal, maybe that plainish one, maybe notes. I'm not a big quote person, but where shall I put those? I'll just pop them up there for now, out of the way. Right, I can use my little chopper now to chop them down to size. That's that. Oh, it's there. It's already on your desk, Carla. Right, so 6. So if we go 2.5, so I want there to be enough room for them to flippy flap and a little bit of border. You can always trim them down a bit more, but I want to be able to, yeah, I think that should work. I want some space top and bottom, and I need a little space in between to help with the movement of the pages. Right, scoreboard. I might cover the inside bit. Do I want to do that before I score it? Do I want to do it after? Who knows? 1/2 inch. Is that half? Yeah. Oh, stay still. Something like that. Right. 1/4, half. Yes, they are the same. Because I doubted myself for a moment there. I could use some of those thinner papers actually. Whatever I've just done with them. Yeah. To cover that, couldn't I? Which one? Let's go with that one. I quite like the pattern on there. So let's thought that was a pin in the top there, it was glue bubble. And then we can let those dry and move on to, oops, creating something else. Because I do like to give the glue a minute to dry before. Does it matter? Not really. If I can line it up on 2 edges, that would make my life ever so slightly easier. In camera colour. That will be planted. Right, we'll give those a minute just to for the glue to do its thing. Right, what do we need now? So I need a pocket, a big pocket, big pocket, flippy flaps I think I was gonna put the big pocket here one time, the belly band here. Belly band, let's put belly band. So, belly band, how wide do we want our belly band? Right, let's cut the length down first, because apparently we need to. Because it won't go in my chopper. Right, so this is a... Think about it first, Carla. This is 7 inches, and we need it to be... Ooh, the sun's gone in, I can see. This is just under 6. So if we do 5.5, so we need to take off 1.5. 1.5. One and a half. I don't know why I turned that round, because it doesn't matter. 1.5. Right, and then I think probably 1.5 again. Some reasonable size belly band. Ooh, my belly band on this one, I didn't show you. Ooh, I got all excited then, don't know what that was. This is a slider. So I'll do that. Just to add a little extra interest. Right, a little pocket. Or do we want a bigger pocket? I think we might want a bigger pocket. Yeah, bigger pocket. So that is approximately 2.5 inches. So we're going to want this about 3.5 inches. 3.5. And I will cut a notch in there. I've got a whole selection of things going on here. And then I think I'll do my big pocket in this to add in another pattern. Yeah, big pocket in this. And then flippy flap, belly band, flippy flaps, pocket. We might make that into a double pocket with this to add in the... We could put a strip of it down there as well. We'll see. Right, big pocket first. So this needs cutting down to... It's going to be on this side. So that's 4. Let's do it 3 3/4 by 5.5. 3 3/4 by 5.5. 3 and brain freeze. 3 3/4 by 5.5. So I only need to take off 6 by 6. I only need to take off 1/2 inch, which is, I believe, to that line there. Because my first measurement on here is 1 inch, so that's about 1/2 inch. That'll go nicely down my belly band. That's right, yeah, 5.5. Wish I'd have taken that off. It can go to the bottom, that's okay. 5.5. 3 3/4. 3 3/4. Yep. I think I'm going to trim that bottom bit off. I really don't like that. That's better. Right, so that pocket is going to go on there. Cut a notch in it, round the corners. Do I want to round corners on here before I start adding stuff into it? Probably. Do we need to do some inking? Probably. That's my notch maker. Does anybody have a notch maker? I've been using this. This is a letter punch board, and it makes a little notch. It is only a very small notch, so it doesn't work very well for tabs and things. But they made a nice little tab on these little flippy flaps. You see, just a nice little one. I don't think it's big enough for like a page tab, but it was fine just for the little flip flaps. Right, corner rounder. Because sharp corners are offensive. I think I'm just going to do the outer corners. I'm not going to do I want to do those? Because immediately as I started saying it, I started doubting myself. I'm rounding corners, I'm rounding them all. Right, that's those ones. Big pocket. Notch, circle. Did that very decisively, didn't I? Didn't overthink that at all. How unlike me. Just wipe the end of my glue. I think that's because it's very full. Oh, I nearly went round that edge then. See, that's why you should hold the edge you're not gluing. Right. And then I think there. Right. Right. And then one pocket down, million to go. That's that pocket. What else do I need? Belly band. I do like the idea of that stuck down on there. If I do that, I could make it double and put my slider around this. That doesn't have a lot of stability though. So do I just want to glue it flat and have a slider, or do I not want a slider, or just want a double back? No, I want a slider. Right, just glue it down. Not because I don't want to get glue on it. Is that about the middle? Something like it. Right. Trim that end off. And that end off. Corner rounder. Right, do you know what I'm going to do? I am going to quickly ink around all of these bits that I have so far. I think I will just pause this video while I do this, otherwise this video is going to be so long. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I've quickly inked around here. I have cut out my flippy flappies. I have... Oh, can you hear that cat meowing outside? It's what my daughter has nicknamed my cat, Rini. It's her boyfriend. He comes round and meows at the window. What it really is my kids keep feeding him, keep giving him treats. I've told them they shouldn't because You know, you never know if somebody's cat has dietary requirements, allergies. Maybe they're on the diet's monitored or something, I don't know. But I'd be really annoyed if somebody keep feeding my cat. Right, that's one notch. 2 notches. Right, I won't need that again, so let's put that out of the way. Chuck it down there. Right. I ain't got that end. A bit slapdash with that glue in. This fold here does not want to glue down. It just doesn't. Wants none of it. Right. Move that out of the way while I cut those. So I now need a cutting mat. Excuse the state of this. I got a bit carried away cleaning it once and ended up using some acetone, trying to get all the glue off, which was great, except it took all my lines and everything off as well. Right. I love the little dinky cutting mat though. It is useful. Knife. Right, I think just pick one. That's one. And if I do this on this one, and then right, back on there. Does anyone have a corner rounder that fits when they've made a notch? This one just doesn't quite get in when you've put a notch in. Right, 1, 2. Like so. Let's just go over those creases, try and... They're not going to fold flat because I mean, they didn't on my other one, but because I have added in an extra layer of paper, they're never going to lay very flat. Flippy flappies. There's one. I left a bit more gap there than I was intending to, so we'll move this one a little bit further down. Because then I'm going to put a cluster in the middle of them, just glued to like the top one. Right. I do need a gap between my flips. Right, flip flap. Like that. I like it. We have that. Right, I need a piece of scrap paper. And then it just needs to be long enough to go around. It needs to fit sort of snugly, but not, it needs to be able to slide. It needs to not be tight. So like that. I think it's a little bit wide. So can't go it that way with the fold on the back. So remember, it needs to be loose enough to slide, but not so that it's gonna slip and slide all over the place. I just want it to slip and slide straight up and down. Whoop. Stay on, please. Right. I don't know if I got any of that on camera. Just a little dab of glue. Stick it down. So you've got a little sheath. And then top and bottom, as you do with belly band. about there. Something like that. So we have flippy flappies, belly band, big pocket. And then here is going to be our cover. Here we said we were going to put a pocket, didn't we? Is that our pocket? It is. Right, round the corners. Oh, in the camera. Notch. Does that look about even? Close enough. Catch the bit. Little inky ink. Because did you even make a project if you didn't ink it? I wish I was the sort of person that felt like I didn't need to ink everything, but I do. And then I often will then forget to ink, and then I drive myself mental trying to ink around something that you've already glued on. About there. Right. That's rubbish. That's rubbish. Put that in his little pile of offcuts. That's for tissue. Right, I have all sorts of little cut off bits here that I got from the first folio and from lining this and backing the tags and such. So we can use those in our little bits. Oh, what have I just dropped on the floor? Oh, it came back to me. Ooh. Bit of paper. These are all our little cut off bits. So we have tags. I'm going to put it that way so the brown's showing, just to break it up a little bit. I did do too many. Do I want to decorate that as a slider? I don't know yet. Why did I have so many tags in my first one? Where did I put tags? Oh, I put a pocket on my big pocket. Okay. I have more tags than I need anyway, which is fine because any tags I don't use will just go into my stash. One day I'll have to show you my box of stash. I have 2 boxes of stash actually. Right, slider. We need something for a slider. Journal cards, need tabs. Is that going to be... Shall we use the little one on our big pocket? Quite like that. I think I like it. Do I like it? I think I do. These chevrons are playing with my eyes. Do I prefer that? I think I might prefer that. It's too many lines. Right, I'm going to cut that out of the way. Just, my desk is so tiny, I honestly just shuffle things from one place to another. Right. Oh, there's an unpleasant smell coming in through my window. Life on a council estate, eh? Right, ink. This chevron paper is really playing with my eyes. I hope it's not bothering all of you. I will be quick with this and get it turned over so it's not on show too much. Tag in the pocket. Right. I really hope the chevron paper isn't upsetting people's eyes. I am sorry if it is. I'm very sorry. Absolutely not intended. Right, do I want that? What word do we want? Idiom. Let's have an idiom. Is that... Do we need some lace? Do we want some lace? Probably. Or do we want... Would we rather... Ooh, if I can get it off my... Take the pin out, Carla. Some... Bit of cheesecloth. Is it cheesecloth? This actually was from a very old bandage that had sat in a first aid kit for God knows how long, and had expired. Because yes, guys, bandages and plasters expire. I mean, you can still use them, but this is not a first aid tote, Carla. Let's not go off on a tangent. Just pin that back up there. I have a metal shelving unit next to my desk that has just a piece of corkboard attached to the side of it that I can... Right, I quite like a piece of that. Just a little piece. Oh, let's turn the glue gun on because we'll need that soon. Just a little piece with... What do we want on there? Do we use some of our circular bits? These are... I empty my hole punches into these. I always think, oh, I'll use them for something. Well, I actually did this week. These are... I think they just had a little something. I think I have some big circles somewhere. Hold please. I have located more circles. Circles in all sizes. So I'm thinking something like that. With something like that. What have we got in here? I think these are all sort of cardy, dark coloured ones. I'm holding them quite close to myself. Right, I don't think I want any of them. Quite like that though. I'll round my corners. Right. Corner rounder. Corner rounder. Ink. Right. Glue that to there like that. That there. Those there. Is that what we're thinking? I don't necessarily want my... that way maybe. Right, let's glue this warm enough. Yep. That down first. And then you absolutely don't need to use hot glue for this. I just want it to dry fast. And then that one. And then we're going to use this to glue this down. Idiom. I think I'll do it line side up. So this one again. like that. And then simply add glue, oops, to the slider. And then glue that down on top of the slider. And then you have a sliding interactive belly band. Right, under here in the last one I I'd stuck a journaling card down and then I felt like it was just too empty. So I stuck down a couple of bits of dictionary page and just a couple of off-cutty bits to make a focal point. Now, I've already covered it in this. I don't want to use any more of this because that's really hurting my eyes and I don't want to hurt anybody else's eyes. But I have this piece. What can we do with this? I have another lady, because she could go here, couldn't she? Not that one. This one. Is she too tall? No. Right, so I'm thinking this, and then there will be a cluster there to cover her middle so she won't be seen. Do I like that? Yes, I think I do. Around the corners on that piece because, you know, wouldn't want to leave a sharp corner when we've rounded all the others. How long have we been going? Quite a while. I think we need to get a wriggle on. Right. Glue. Glue. The edges. It'll do. Something like so. Yeah, then we want a cluster there. We want, that's fine. And then the front. So cluster there, front page. Okay? Right, I'm quickly going to make a couple of clusters and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I have added a cluster here and a cluster here. This one. No? This one. Anyway, they've all got clusters on now. I did make a mistake. Can anyone spot it? I haven't rounded these corners and I've rounded this one. Yes. Silly me. So, I have my journaling cards. I have rounded the corners. I have inked around the edges. On one side only. Oh, for goodness sake. I'm trying to make this quick and finish it off speedily. And then, oh, actually that must be stuck to the front, so that one doesn't need inking on that side. Very quickly. I would usually have taken more time and care about that. Right, one in there, which is a little snug. Goes in, but it's a little snug. Right, one journal card. Hope this one fits now. Another journal card. There is bubbles in that one. On the other one I added tabs, but I don't have any tabs that are going to go with this and I cannot be bothered getting my die cut out, so. Right, front. With a little of this. Do I want it here? Do I want it? I think I want it under her. Like so. Are we happy with that? I think so. I'm going to glue this down first. I would normally just use normal glue, but I want this just to hurry along, so... Ooh, quickly, Carla. I always get a hint of panic when I'm using the glue gun, because the glue dries so quick. Like, that's not stuck down very well because I just took too long about it. And if your glue starts drying, it goes right lumpy underneath, doesn't it? Right, she'll do. Right. Lady. Bit of that. Right, set that down about there. Strings of glue everywhere. And then she's going to go down on top. Do I want, not that one, that's for sure. Any, that one. A little bit of, yeah, I think I like that. So I'm gonna just glue, once you've taken the pin out. Gonna leave some space at the edge to tuck. Don't need to down this side because it's just down that side. I'm going to tuck it. Leave some open space without glue so that I can tuck that semicircle in. Like so. Some glue. About there. What else have we got? I really don't want that. Do I want a bit of this? Do I want to cut another little semicircle? Where's my circle tip gone? Something like that. Can I get it under there? Pokey tool. Like that. Go on then. Why not? One under. Go under. Or not. Come on now. I don't think I've quite got it in the same place I had it last time, but it's in. I think there's a bit more glue under her head. Try and stick her head down. There. All done. Now I think what I would do is, when I put it in a journal, I'd put a piece of ribbon across the back. It would obviously be a longer piece of ribbon. Glue it down. Glue the thing down, and then you would wrap your ribbon around, tie your ribbon. Obviously not that piece, that is absolutely the wrong colour. But there. For the ABC April 2026 challenge. I keep saying that wrong. I need to punch the holes in my tickets, but yes, here is my folio for Folio Friday and my eye for the 2026. No. Oh dear. I'll get it right by end of month. Here is my letter I for for the ABC April 2026 challenge, as well as my Folio Friday. I hope you all enjoy. I hope you have a go at making, and as ever, if you do have a go at making the folio, please do share it into the Facebook group. We love to see your work. Truly, we love to see it, no matter your skill level. We all go wrong. We all make mistakes. It is natural, and a lot of the time your work is better than you believe it to be. I know that I suffer with that a lot. I think my work is rubbish 90% of the time, but you all give me so much confidence, and I hope I can do the same for you. So, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.